Ladies and gentlemen, members of the squad, my family, I'm sorry for this because I have to introduce you to someone. Her name is Daniela Elsa. She writes for Australian news sites. And this woman has been tasked with writing anti-Meghan and Harry articles. In short, she spreads hate for profit towards Harry and Meghan. Imagine calling someone irrelevant, yet focusing on everything that they do, obsessing on everything that they do. In this channel, we have spoken about how this individual, some of these people like Daniela Elsa, feel like Prince Harry was stolen from them. Not that Prince Harry will ever look at them, because he never will. But the thing is, they feel it inside of themselves that Harry somehow was stolen from them. Piers Morgan has these same feelings. UK press have these same feelings. Despite being sued by Prince Harry, they still have that thought that somehow they can get Harry back. My family, I'm going to tell you what Daniela Elsa did, but don't be surprised. It is what we have been saying all this time. Daniela Elsa, had to look for something negative to write about Meghan. She had to look for something negative to write about Meghan. She had to look for it after Meghan's Variety cover shoot. She had to look for something negative, because that is how they make money. That is how they sell their articles, their clickbait articles, their hate for profit papers. They can only sell them by spreading hate for profit. But what Daniela Elsa said is completely unhinged. Completely unhinged. Someone needs to check on the minds of the UK press, because something is not well inside of their heads. And even Daniela Elsa, who writes for Australian news sites, and in Australia, that's where Rupert Murdoch is, so obviously, there will be hate for profit. And that is what they're doing right now. My family, Meghan did a beautiful Variety cover shoot. Spoke about her life, Archie's love for cartoons, their happily ever after in Montecito, the grieving of the late Queen Elizabeth II, how they're processing the loss as a family. And Daniela Elsa went through every bit of that Variety article, cover article, featuring Meghan, to look for something negative to write about Meghan. When looking for something negative to write about Meghan, she found one thing, but it isn't negative. She found this, that Meghan, wait for it, referred to Prince Harry as a husband 8 times. My family, that was Daniela Elsa's observation. That Meghan, a wife, calls a husband is a crime against humanity. Look, when Meghan was featured at the James Corden show, when Prince Harry was being, had an interview with James Corden on why they left the UK, and just a tour across, LA, when he was being given that tour by James Corden. If all of you can remember that interview, because I remember that like it was just yesterday, Meghan called Prince Harry Has. UK press lost their minds. How can he call Harry Has? Blah, blah, blah. And now, Daniela Elsa is angry that Meghan is calling Harry husband. Meghan is a married woman. She is a married woman. Prince Harry is a married man. He is married to Meghan. Duchess of Sussex. They even complain when Meghan is referred to by her title, Duchess of Sussex, which is basically even her name right now. They even complain at that. Give it to this carnival of so-called experts like Daniela Elsa to look for anything negative to write and then come off as being unhinged and not well in the head. Because even when you're writing something negative about someone, like seriously, you've looked for a negative thing to say about Meghan. You haven't found it. And then you're complaining because you have to write something negative that Meghan referred to Harry as her husband. Tell me you're a Karen without telling me you are a Karen. Because some people here really think that somehow Prince Harry would have looked at them, that they were scorned somehow when Prince Harry fell in love with a biracial black woman. How can you complain that someone, a wife called someone a husband? How can you complain about that? Of all the things to complain about in this entire world, how can you complain that a wife called a husband a husband? Seriously, of all the things to complain in this world, you're complaining about that. It's high time that some individuals come to terms with the fact that Prince Harry is a married man, a happily married man at that. And he is married to Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. And they have 2 kids, Archie and Lilibet Diana. And they live in Montecito, California. I want to say something to Daniela Elsa. Prince Harry will never look at you. Prince Harry will never love someone like you. Because these types of individuals have so much hate inside of them. They only know how to spread hate, so much so that they can't understand when they see love. They seem confused when they see love. Even a wife calling a husband is a problem for them. I mean, seriously, of all the things to be outraged about, you're angry, you're complaining, you're whining, you're mourning that Meghan called Harry a husband 8 times. If Meghan wants to call Harry a husband 1,000,000 times, she will do that. Or 1,000,000,000 times, she will do that because that is her husband. They exchanged marriage vows. And Meghan has that right. Not you, Elsa. Not you, Daniela Elsa. You don't have that right. Not Piers Morgan, who goes on TV to say, oh, Meghan is stealing our handsome prince. He does not belong to you. It's high time these individuals understand Prince Harry is not their property. Prince Harry is not their property. It's high time they get that. Prince Harry and Meghan don't earn a penny of taxpayer money. It's high time they get that. Because it's like, they just don't get it. They just don't get it. I mean, how can you complain that a wife called a husband? It also shows that UK media are allergic to the truth. They are so allergic to truth so much so that when they see someone speaking the truth that, look, that's my husband. Like, how can you say that he's your husband? Seriously. Daniela Elsa, Karens who have been disgruntled by the fact that Prince Harry fell in love with a black woman, it's high time that you move on. Really, it's gotten so pathetic at this point. It's gotten so pathetic, unhinged, and something is not well in the head. And it goes to show, Meghan said the right things in that Variety cover shoot. If the UK press and these people working in Australia like Daniela Elsa, who work for Australian news sites, have looked for anything negative to say about Meghan, that they couldn't find it, that they just had to resort to their normal hatefulness by complaining that a wife called her husband. Imagine that. Imagine that. How would you feel, my family at home, if someone told you, don't call him your husband? How would you feel? Like what? Do you want someone else's husband? Because UK press, they want Harry so badly to come back to them. They want him so badly to come back to them. And then look at what Harry does. Harry goes ahead to sue Daily Fail, which, if all allegations that he has said are proven, will be the end, will mean the end of the Daily Fail. Yet UK press are like, Harry, we want you back, Prince Harry. I'm suing the Daily Fail. It's high time that these tabloids, carnival, so-called experts, come to terms with the fact that Meghan is Harry's wife. Prince Harry is Meghan's husband. I mean, why are they not complaining? Okay, when Harry, goes on Global Citizen Vax Live to say, Meghan, my wife, to call Meghan my wife, why are they not complaining about that? In their minds, they are feeding their readers the illusion that Prince Harry is so desperate to come back, that he's trapped in this marriage, that somehow, that by going after Meghan, that somehow it will lead to Meghan getting fed up and saying, I give up on this marriage, I quit, it's over, and then files for divorce. That's what they're hoping to get Meghan to, that point. But the thing is, they need to come to terms with the fact that Meghan and Harry love one another. Meghan and Harry love one another. I mean, she has gone through all of this bullying, racism, and despite all of that harassment, what does Meghan say? My love for Harry is more. She loves her husband more. 2 years after they stepped down as senior members of the royal family, Meghan still says that I love my husband more. Despite the bullying, the racism, the harassment, she loves her husband. Something that individuals like Daniela, Elsa will never accept, but they just need to come to terms with that. Yes, Daniela, Meghan will remind you that Harry is her husband because it seems like you don't get it into your head that Prince Harry is a married man, a father of 2 kids. It seems that the UK press can't accept it. Well, it's high time that they do. Of course I know, Daniela, that Meghan is Harry's wife and Harry is Meghan's husband. Of course I know that. Meghan knows that because she's married to Harry. The world knows that. Yes, Daniela, they do know that. And despite all of that, a wife calling her husband should not be, should not cause outrage anywhere. Or not any single person who is not in their family or even on the outside has any right to tell Meghan what to refer to her husband as. She calls him husband because that is who they are towards one another. People who actually love one another. Something that Daniela Elsa will never understand because she spends so much time drumming up hate against Harry and Meghan. That is her sole focus. And hate, Daniela, will never win. Hate will never win. Only love wins. Hate can never and will never wins. And it's high time this so-called carnival of so-called experts come to terms with the fact that Prince Harry wants nothing to do with them. And Prince Harry will never look at you, Daniela Elsa. He will never look at you. Drumming up hate against someone else's wife will never make the husband to look at you. That won't happen, Daniela. That will not happen. My family, what do you think about Daniela Elsa being angry about Meghan referring to Harry as husband? My family, what do you think about all of that? Because these individuals are just unhinged. These individuals, like Daniela Elsa, are just unhinged and so full of hate inside of them that they can't even think using common sense. They can't think using common sense. They just can't use common sense. My family, what God has put together, let no man or woman ever separate. Daniela Elsa, Meghan is Prince Harry's wife. Harry is Meghan's husband. And as Meghan is his wife, she has every right to refer to Harry as her husband, or has. Whatever nicknames that they give each other, it is theirs to say or determine what they refer towards each other. And no one, especially not a carnival of so-called expert working in Australia, spreading hate for profit to make money, should ever say anything, complain about a wife calling a husband. Daniela Elsa, you have no right to do such a thing, to complain, whine, and moan about Harry and Meghan. And since you individuals think Harry and Meghan are so irrelevant, why are you so focused on them so much? I mean, you've looked for something negative to say about Meghan. You have looked for something negative to say about Meghan, but you haven't found any. Hate will not win. Your hate, Daniela, is not going to win. Love wins, and Harry and Meghan are a true definition of that. The family, UK media, Australian carnival so-called experts, they just keep getting more and more unhinged. It's like they are not well in the head. They are not well in the head. Who's going to tell them? Harry will never look at them. Harry was never going to marry you, Daniela. It's time you understand that. And some individuals that are so hateful that it's clear that they will never ever know what love is. People like Daniela will never know what love is because they're so used to spreading hate on their outlets and the platforms that they have. But hate will never ever win. My family, with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. And stay tuned to our next video. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.